Hello, DC booth. How's everyone doing? I imagine you all know why you're here, or why I'm able to talk. We're here to do a live stage demo with Chris Uminga. So let's start it out. Chris, what are you doing here today?
I'm going to draw a penguin. And I've just finished a really great signing over at the booth. And I am here for these guys.
These guys that he mentioned are the Artist Alley statues. This is something that DC Collectibles has started, and Chris was one of the first artists, hence the title Artist Alley that we went out with. We found eclectic, talented, often alternative kind of visions of our characters. And Chris is great for, I think what was called scary cute.
Cute and creepy?
Cute and creepy is one of the terminologies that we've used to describe his signature style.
Yep.
So he's starting to pencil him in. You can kind of take a look at this Superman statue he's got over there. So how would you describe the Superman that you drew?
Superman, I based his pose on, like a boxer or a UFC fighter, because I wanted to depict him kind of as, I'm ready to go. You want to test me? I'm going to mess you up. Okay. But still, kind of make him a little adorable, if possible.
Yeah. As I shouldn't say this as a person who works for DC. I've never been a big fan of the Flash, but Chris's version of the Flash really just I fell in love with. You can actually see it over in the collectibles kind of display over there.
Yeah,
It's so good. It is so charming. It is both. You can feel the speed, and you can feel like the roots of the character, but it feels definitely like it is something Chris kind of poured through.
I was super excited when they asked me to do the Flash, and I got to play around a little bit more to try to look like he's in motion with the little smoke trail that's coming out behind him. So, I mean, getting again to play in the DC sandbox is pretty awesome. Something I'm really excited about.
So one of the signature things that I've noticed in your work is the eyes.
Yeah.
So what kind of inspired the eyes? Where did you kind of settle on that? How did you kind of approach that? Because of many things you do, that seems to be definitive Uminga, as you can say, that looks like Chris's work because of the eyes.
It started from just doing more traditional like gallery paintings I was doing, and I wanted people to look at a character or something that I drew and try to figure out what the character was thinking, as opposed to me saying, he's looking at you, he feels this way. So I learned if you took away the pupils or basic structure of the eye and just made it a circle, people could really create a story for themselves and decide, what Batman's thinking or what the Joker's thinking or even what Penguin's thinking, as opposed to me, holding your hand and telling you. So it kind of became a little bit more interactive with people too.
Is that something you feel like is part of your work, is you want people to kind of put their own response to it, or is that just you found that as an easy shorthand because you were tired of people assigning meaning to work that you didn't intend?
Well, a little of both. I mean, I always love looking at art and being able to interpret it myself or try to find its own meaning, personally. So I wanted people to kind of have that same experience, and being able to draw something and have someone create a story for themselves based on, a squint or a raised eyebrow, really kind of helped me loosen myself up as an artist, because I wasn't handcuffed to, he's a hero, he has to look a certain way. Yeah. So just taking away simple things like, I don't draw 5 fingers, I draw 3. But you still get it's still a hand, the hand's still doing it. Yeah. So the same thing with the eye, keeping it simple and circular, just changing its tilt really would help people look at it and kind of have their own personal relationship with the piece. And
you've mentioned kind of the history and what you've done. What were the early roots of your kind of career and your path to becoming an artist?
So I went to college and I got a degree in painting, which was terrifying to my family because everyone knows, and If you're an artist, you're going to struggle.
Yeah, I bet they wondered where the money van goes.
Yes. Still to this day, my sister has to explain to my father how I earn money. So I got a degree in painting, and I really wanted to do illustration, but my university didn't offer that kind of program. So it was really finding a professor who was a children's book illustrator also, and doing a lot of independent studies with him and learning watercolor techniques. And then I also started, I was friends with a lot of guys who did graffiti and tattooists, and I would sit down and I would watch them and learn their techniques. So I was really kind of creating my own curriculum, you would say. And that really kind of helped me. And then I still look at tutorials of different taggers and different writers and to learn different kind of line work and things like that.
No, it's interesting. You mentioned children's books. You mentioned graffiti and street art.
Yep.
And I think those are, there's hints of that in your work. What other kind of media do you kind of draw influence from, or do you think influenced you before you even started drawing?
Well, as a kid, obviously, like Star Wars, Saturday morning cartoons was like the biggest deal in my life. Like I would, redraw those characters 100 times and try to figure out how to make them my own, and I'd make up stories. And then I also loved like old monster movies. And then it wasn't until I got older where I learned to appreciate, classic painters like Rembrandt and Rodin and those guys. And even to this day, I study like J.C. Leyendecker and Norman Rockwell because those guys are masters of composition. So you're always kind of learning as an artist, and you're always studying other artists too to try to improve. So
I'm going to let you draw for a couple minutes and let them kind of feel free to speak about what you're doing. I'll let them let the audience kind of watch what you're doing, and I'll get out of the way.
So basically, I am using a bunch of warm gray Copics to try to take a flat drawing, because my line art is traditionally pretty flat. I try to keep it simple, just like I do with my paintings, and then I try to complicate it and give it more depth and body with color and shading. So I'm just bouncing back from cool grays to warm grays to draw this penguin for you. And I'm a huge fan of the Rogues Gallery. I think Batman has the best villains in pretty much any genre.
Yeah, no argument here.
No argument. I mean, everyone tries to keep up, but these guys are iconic, and they're like universal monsters. Like everybody knows Penguin, everybody knows the Joker. So I'm just, again, using different 1 and 2 gray Copics to slowly build up a value. Keep it light, keep it simple, and then get really complicated towards the end with shadow and lighting. And basically, I just travel with this little satchel of Copics and a lot of different pens too. And I always, sometimes I'll get into a rut artistically where like nothing's working, and I'll find a pen and I'll think, oh my God, this pen is going to save my life. This is the greatest gift ever, and I'll go buy 20 or 30 of them, and the next day I'm like, oh, these pens hate me. They're not my friends. So I have a little bit of a problem when it comes to art supplies. I know a lot of artists are like that. We own too many supplies and not enough time to use all of them.
Well, do you feel like you're still making conscious decisions when you're shopping?
Sometimes. And sometimes I see something shiny and new, and I go, oh my God, what is this? I'm going to buy all of you. And I never use it. Like I bought an acrylic pen last week, and I was like, this is great. I'm never going to have to use another gel pen again. This is going to be perfect. And I got it home, and I used it, and it kind of broke my heart. So we had a really bad breakup that day. So now I'm back to my gel pen. So everybody has their tried and true favorites that they keep with them all the time, and ones that will never let you down.
So back to the Artist Alley. Which characters have you done for us?
Say again?
Which characters have you created?
For Artist Alley?
Yes.
Okay, so I got to do Batman, which was amazing, and then I got to do Superman and Wonder Woman were the first three I got to work on. And again, for your first kind of assignment with the DC, getting to play around with the Trinity is something pretty special. So I remember getting the news and kind of went a little bit crazy for a couple of days, and then learning that I couldn't tell anybody for about a year and a half was a pretty hard pill to swallow. But I love the whole experience of doing it and getting to design and working with Jim Fletcher and a great sculptor named Joe Mena who worked on all my pieces. So
what was your experience when you saw one of your traditionally 2D pieces done in 3D?
The first time I saw it was at a toy fair in New York, and I'll never forget. They had them in the back, and I wasn't sure how it was going to look or how they would do it. And when I finally saw it, it was really special for me because it was kind of a, not the end game, but it was a culmination of like a lot of work and a lot of years of hoping and not being sure if it was ever going to happen. So seeing it was really special and something I'll never forget. And then finally being able to tell my family and my friends and you guys getting to finally see it was awesome. So when he finally came out and everyone was sending Instagram pictures and Twitter posts and all that was really special for me because, again, a lot of hard work where you're not sure it's going to happen. And even this weekend, so many great people have come up to the booth and the table, and I've gotten to sign a lot of their statues, and so it's been great.
And then, so did you basically give like one statue out to family and then say you guys go buy the rest?
Pretty much. Right now, my studio is kind of overrun with my work, and I'm just still kind of basking and looking at them because I don't believe they're real still. Because I've done other like T-shirts and things like that, but this is a really special thing because, it's the first time the line's being launched, and I'm the first one out of the gate, followed by New and Show. So it's a really special thing, and I'm glad to be part of like that part of DC comic history. So I hope I didn't let anybody down.
I don't think you did. I think everybody's pretty happy. So you mentioned Joe Marassi is one of the other artists that we're doing for Artist Alley. Mm-hmm. We also have Newligan,
yep.
And then we actually just announced Joe Ledbetter, and I'll let you introduce the last one.
Yeah, my wonderful girlfriend, Chrissy Zulo.
That's a round of applause there.
Yeah, she just got her line announced finally too. She's got to do a Batgirl, Superman, Supergirl, Hawkgirl, and Wonder Woman, and it's a really special because we kind of get to share this journey together, and I couldn't be prouder of her.
So do you guys?
Wait, make sure you come by my table so I can get some brownie points.
Yes.
Jeff.
So where is actually your table?
I am in Artist Alley, BB 18. Just around the corner from Funko. So, has everybody been to Funko this weekend? Everybody scored those winning lottery tickets? No.
Yeah. And if you're curious, it's just all the way down there until you hit the wall, then double back. You'll find him.
Yeah. Chrissy and I are kind of right next to each other, and we have a lot of like original art. I have the statues on display there too, if you haven't seen them. And if you do have them, just swing by. I'm more than happy to sign them for you.
Do you ever feel bad about giving some of the characters a comb over or lousy hair?
I always think of Penguin in like three steps. The animated series Penguin, Danny DeVito Penguin, and then the Arkham game Penguins where he's that British gangster. So I like to kind of combine the three of them together. And I would love to see, a penguin. I'd love to see like on Gotham, if you guys watch Gotham, like them give that character somewhat of a more familiar look. So maybe with the last season, we'll kind of get a little tease on that. But I'm really prone to the bad guys.
Are you suggesting they fatten up the actor on the TV show?
At least give him like the comb over. He's kind of got that weird Kate Gosling haircut, so. And then I always try to darken up around their eyes so they look a little sicker, like they're not as healthy as they should be, because, you know, he does have flippers for hands, and he lives in the sewer. All right. And then I usually take a little color pencil, and I'll do the tip of the nose red so they have that little splash of color, and I'll do a little bit on the earlobe, and then I'll try to do a little inside the eye too. And then I'll usually try to finish off by doing a thicker outline just around just the outline of the character. I don't go inside too much. And then I'll try to stay loose again with everything. And then I just lied to you because now I'm going back in with the eye. And I'll do this. I think Penguin doesn't get enough love. And last year I got to draw the Joker, so hopefully if you guys have me back next year, I'll get to do a Two-Face or a Riddler for you.
I hope to be here when it happens.
Hopefully.
Ooh, I like the liver spots there.
He's a very sickly type of person. Like, I wouldn't say he's out there doing CrossFit or minding his diet too much. But then it's always a fight when I draw the villains, whether or not to give them pupils, because I never give the heroes eyeballs. But whenever I draw the Joker, he kind of always gets just one little eyeball. It tends to make him a little bit creepier.
All right, so I think we're winding down as you finish your composition. Let's kind of just go over the basics. You are where on the floor?
I am in Artist Alley, all the way the other end of the hall at BB 18. And if you have some time, if you make your way down that way, come by, see me. Say hi.
I'll do the marketing heavy lifting. If you are interested in one of his figures, our Batman, you can go get them on the floor over at Entertainment Earth. There's a chance there's still some available. We have 3 variants available. We have a matte black and gold. We have a Flashpoint Batman, and we have a traditional blue and gray. The rest of his line will be coming out throughout the year with Superman. Batman's out now, Superman, Wonder Woman, and then in the Q4 you'll see the Flash.
Yep.
And
there's some really great variants too available at like GameStop. Hot Topic has a really good zombie variant of the 3 of them. And Box Lunch has a pretty sick glow-in-the-dark versions of all 3.
Yeah, they generally look creepy.
Yeah, and they do look creepier. They're watching you while you sleep. So, all right.
Thank you all so much.
Thanks, guys. Yep. Oh, and then I think Travis. How do you want to do this? All right. So I have a Superman to give away. Let's try to figure out a
trivia question.
Trivia question, okay. I'll let Fletch come up with the question. Everybody, that's Fletch.
Yeah.
He's trying to steal my family.
Let's see. In the 1978 film, what did Kal-El instruct his son not to do? Yes.
Yeah. There you go, man. Do you want me to sign the box for you? All right. There you go, buddy.
Thank you very much.
What's up, brother?
Your
Good to
thoughts
see you.
on the art? What do you want to?
Oh, same thing. Fletch can give it away.
What? What?
You guys heard.
Yeah.
I listened.
What's my booth number? Oh, you got it, buddy. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it.